Hi, bright lights. Welcome and thank you for being here. My name is Tina, and in today's video, I'm going to do another collective reading to kind of take the pulse on what is going on. And I've been doing this a couple times a week because I feel like people are looking for more answers and more direction on trying to read the energy that they're in currently. So we're going to check in with spirit through some tarot cards and oracle card reading and kind of see what's happening and what guidance they want to share with us through these crazy times we're in right now. So I hope you're all doing okay out there. So, haha, the signifier. Here we go with these reversals again. Things have been very topsy-turvy is what I heard. That's not really a phrase I use, but that is kind of what's coming through. So expect the unexpected is what I am hearing. So, and we have this here in the signifier. So what is, we know the fool's journey. These are new beginnings. Jumping, knowing the universe is going to catch you. But in reverse, this is more about being aware of who's around you because this can be bad company, bad decisions. So we want to be very clear right now and very intentional about what we're doing in this energy. So we will let the story unfold. So what energy are we being crossed by? Oh, here we go. The King of Wands in reverse. This an upright position, if we could get a card in an upright position. This is a very inspirational energy, somebody who's an inspired leader, somebody who takes really good action. Here we go. This is not such a good person, and this is what we are being crossed by. And that's why, again, we're going to talk about doing our inventory. Who are we surrounding ourselves with? And you know what? And this, if you have to work with certain people, there's not much you can do about that from that perspective. We do have our own things that we can do to do our self-care, but this is somebody who does um, things very negatively. So this is somebody who takes very inappropriate action and is kind of a bully type of a energy and is very demanding. And so this is the energy you're being crossed by is this personality, and this is a very strong energy. When you get a king, this is very negative. This is, we're talking about inspired action, and this is kind of that very opposite of that energy. So let's just let this unfold. So here we have in the conscious, what we are aware of is we're going to higher ground, we're standing our ground, we're fighting things off, whether that's negative media, all of the stuff going on in the world right now. We know where we stand. And we talked about the blue here, which is tied to the throat chakra, and these are action ones. So, you know, inspired action is very, very important to offset this very negative, more egotistical action. So we want to do things on higher ground. So taking the higher road. That's never easy, is it? Taking the higher road. And we always think, oh, if that person would just take the higher road. But when we're in those situations and we can see a lot of things unraveling here in the US, taking the higher road can be very challenging to do and not fall into our own traps, our own egos. And so what's being hidden from us? So here is um, in the subconscious, this would be somebody who's doing their work or they're the apprentice and they're, just doing, nose to the grindstone. But we have here this kind of unemployed, this could be tardiness, this could be leaving the work to others. And so again, this is in the subconscious. So it's up to you to figure out how this applies to you in your life right now. This is not something that we're aware of yet, where this is kind of going off track for you with all of the negative things that are going around in the environment with the bad news bears out there. And that's kind of what I heard too going on. So what has brought this all on in the past? And so this is this King of Pentacles, and this is these are all of us working to be self-made. We want to have, you know, abundance and manifest consciously, and that's what the King of Pentacles represents, as somebody who has things, that they have worked hard for themselves. And so this is in the past. This is a very common kind of attitude, with a lot of people that I know that were very good people, and they were just very hardworking, and they were looking for a better future for themselves and their children. That was in the past. And so kind of what's going to be going on here in the very near future is this feeling of overwhelm. And we've talked about this in some other readings I've done, and being very careful about this, wanting to give up, feeling overwhelmed, because again, that's okay. You are where you are. Now it's what can we do about it? Can we surrender to the overwhelm and the frustration about what's going on? And maybe these are, some beliefs we're carrying that are not serving us anymore. About how things are working. Maybe this is a chance to reevaluate things. And so, yeah, we're struggling with some heartbreak here because, this could be a couple of different things. When I talk about doing the weeding the garden and the inventory, this is a lot of, this isn't just like an intimate partner or work. This is kind of coming at us from a lot of different directions right now. Maybe people that we thought had our best interests in heart, we're kind of seeing that that really wasn't the case. So we're really feeling this overwhelm and this heartbreak. And again, it's about surrendering to it, and starting to let that energy dissipate, transmute, because it's okay to feel how you feel, but we want to go deeper with it. We want to go right through the fire. And so we have the High Priestess in reverse here. And so be very careful about this. Is very predatory energy. So again, it's taking inventory, and this is about the environment right now. There's a very predatory environment. There's a lot of fear mongering going on, and justifiably so. So I'm not talking about unicorns and rainbows here in this energy. And these readings have not been about, oh, how great everything is and how great they're going to be for you. This is about, now we're in the trenches. Now we really need to see what it is that's going on. And so that's in the environment. What is the hopes and fears of utter downfall? And so this Ten of Swords is kind of a comedic card because again, it's like overkill, right? It's um it's it's actually a very healthy card in the hopes and fears because this is about endings. This is a lot of karmic cycles coming to an end, and I've been reading that with the astrology going on right now. A lot of karma, and this is exactly what is saying here. This is a lot of nonsense that has been playing out for quite a while. That is kind of the end of the cycle. And that doesn't mean it's going to end tomorrow. It's on its way out. And so we're going to get some messages from the spirit to say, what can we do? And so here again is this, Queen of Cups is this very compassionate, loving, kind card. But when it's upright, this is a manipulative energy. And so be very careful about being manipulated, your emotions being manipulated. So we want to think for ourselves. We want to stay grounded. This is energy. What I'm seeing in this reading is that it's very important for us to stay grounded. There's a lot of us here that are very high consciousness, that are very self-made. We've done a lot of the work already. And that can be very overwhelming when you've done a lot of your work and you've done a lot of trauma. You're kind of feel like, oh, it just gets overwhelming because you're like, not again, not again. So this is about us kind of riding out this energy and doing it from a very grounded place, connecting with the heart. The brain heart connection is really important in this kind of energy when people are trying to manipulate you, when there's the fear mongering and there is a lot of fear, justifiably so. A lot of people losing their jobs. We see this. This is a card. This is an unemployment card. So again, it's about surrendering to what is and taking stock about where you are, because we are on the end of the cycle. And so let's get some cards so that we can start seeing what the guidance is. Like I said, it's very easy to connect to the heart and brain because it's all based on intention. Um, And so just doing a clearing meditation and then setting the intention to stay in your heart space, because this heart can get really shut down from a lot of the pain that we've been experiencing and are experiencing. And in order to heal the heart breaks open from the trauma. And then it's for us to continue to allow it to bleed and to transmute out. And so this wonderful card comes up about cutting cords. And I've talked about that many times, cutting a lot of these old karmic cords and doing a vow break and doing these things is really important and can really set you free with a lot of this old energy, because that's what I'm seeing here is this all this old energy is playing out right now in our lives because it's the end of the karmic cycle. So it feels really massive and it feels so overwhelmingly, like I just can't get through it. But that's what you're not seeing, is that it's right on the edge. It's right on the edge of busting out. And so let's do the inner child here. So we want to get a couple of cards, I think, from here. Oh, and so we want to do some inner child work, and we've got a 25 here, and the 2 and the 5, the 2 is all about wisdom, and the 5 is all about freedom, independence, and patience. And so when you have a 2 plus a 5, and that equals 7, 7 is the heart, just like I was saying. And so it says your inner child has something to say and connect to eternity within. Let yourself be held by love. And that's what I was talking about with the self-care and the Epsom salt baths and the clearing, saging. Right now is a really good time to clear out a lot of that old energy and start setting our intentions for the new to come in. And we've got, the ending here coming in quite soon. I think, give it another few weeks and you're going to see some big changes in the energy. And so how can we work our light through this very difficult time? So here's the Council of Light, and there is actually a Council of Light group that speaks, and I can't remember her name. Maybe I'll try to find that and put that in the description box. We do, and there were some good, this is divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realm. The Council of Light has been speaking through people, and you can go into meditation and do some creative writing and see if they will speak through to you, because we all have those gifts. This is about, all this is coming at you because you're ready for it. We chose to be here during a very challenging time. And even though we are battered and beat and overwhelmed and heartbroken, we are here to help this collective rise in its energy. We are here to clean up the sludge. We're here to um to no longer enable those narcissists that I talk about in our lives, not, being the flying monkeys and the allowing them to drain our energy, our time, and our resources. Because again, it's about, that's keeping them from learning their lessons, and we want to be sure that we are starting to step into our power, and ending karmic cycles is stepping into your power. And so the Council of Light, they're all around us all the time. They are in the subtle realms, and they are here helping to those who will ask for the help. And so let's go to the Keepers of the Light to see who else might be working with us at this time. Angels and my guides. Okay, Deanna is here, and this is focused intention. And this is a warrior. Definitely think about what you desire, set your sights high, and expect the best possible outcome. Because that's what I was saying. Right now, expect the unexpected, but that doesn't mean you can't set high intentions and expect good things, because we're manifesting. We're manifestors. We're always manifestors. So we want to make sure that we are doing it with a focused intention. And then I'm going to get from the Rose Pocket oracles. I am a rose lover. Roses have always spoken to me. And I knew my grandmother had been coming through quite a bit recently, and her favorite rose was yellow. And I received my neighbor's flowers by mistake. It wasn't by mistake. They left them with me for him because he wasn't there. And it happened that they were yellow roses. And I thought that was pretty interesting, because I knew that was her favorite. And I have been feeling her around me. And so again, here we got the sacred waters is coming out with that replenishment, health, self-care. And again, this is about us eating properly, getting some, nature walks, getting away from the media, from, the energies that are trying to pull us back into, the matrix. You hear about the matrix, and the matrix really is that mind control. And it's about keeping us in this constant state of fear and survival mode. And that is what the matrix is designed, or has been programming us from very young ages to kind of fall in line, because people are easier to control when they're in a state of fear. And so we are going to do a activations. We are definitely wanting to start activating. Oh, and I love this. So this is synergy, number 41. 4 is about the self, and 1 is the divine mind, and add them together, 5. And we talked about 5s being freedom, independence. So the frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. We are in changing times. It's time to start birthing something new and let go of those old karmic cycles. And I do want to go to the archetype before we do the gateway activations and the mantra. Let's see what we've got going on with some archetype energy. This one popped out. Okay. And so the student popped out. And so this is normally in the upright position, this is a student card here. And so we have the light attributes of the student is humility and devotion to knowledge and an openness to lifelong learning. The shadow side of the student is arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge, unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. And so now it's finding that balance between us being the masters that we are and basically walking our talk. And you can't walk your talk if you're not being challenged. And this whole reading is about challenges. And that is not a bad thing. That is about us being ready for those challenges and knowing that we can handle it, that we are going to grow and we're going to learn from all of this. And I wanted to do the Gateway of Light activation was one of the last cards before we're going to pull a healing mantra as well. Oops, okay, here we go. The Akashic Records. This is kind of what's going on right now. Clearing old stories, releasing past lives, freedom. See, I told you that fives was coming up a lot here, and that is all about freedom. And of course, the three of, today is the third that I'm doing this reading on, and that, three of Three of Swords, and then we did have the Seven of Wands. Seven was tied, remember I said, to the heart. And then the 10 is always tied to the end of a karmic cycle and new beginnings. So that's what comes next. And that's why we're talking about taking care of yourself, meditating, setting intentions, doing your journals, all of those wonderful things. But so this is just a reminder that these karmic cycles and kind of clearing the Akashic records. And then we had the synergy, you know, getting out away from all of that negativity that's surrounding us, because again, I see it in this whole reading, a lot of very negative things, and cutting the cords, and the Council of Light, and then Diana also supporting us with that focused intention. And we got this, you guys. You guys are amazing, and we're going to do amazing work. We are the bright lights, and we're going to ground our light and focus our intentions and birth a better world. We're going to be in this rebuilding phase. And so I hope you enjoyed this, and please like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video.